It's time for the absolutely... I'm on my way! Completely... I'm almost there! Random... Why are there so many stairs? Podcast. Oh, jeez! With Andrew Rhodes. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another fun-filled and exciting episode of Barney's Dangerland! Unfortunately, Barney's not here. What the hell? Get the hell out of my... The hell are you? Hi, everybody, and welcome to the absolutely, completely random podcast. I don't know what the hell that was. That must have been some interference there we did not need. I apologize profusely for that. That was just weird upon weird. Anyway, I'm Andrew Rhodes, and this is my podcast where I talk about a lot of stuff crazy, out there, mostly anime, video game, and just anything that touches and interests me. Speaking of which, what am I talking about this week? Well, the synopsis for the Hollywood Akira movie is mentioning Neo Manhattan and some other changes. Yes, because it's supposed to be Neo Tokyo. The insanely difficult Doom record has finally been beaten after 20 years. Do you like karaoke? Well, guess what? Twitch has released a free-to-play karaoke game that has over 1,000 songs. Oh, that's going to be fun. Dragon Ball Z fans have been voicing their concerns about the 30th anniversary set, and this ain't going to be good either. You like VR? You like drinking with anime girls? Do you like hostess cafes? Well, if you like at least two of those three things, or all three of those things, I'm not going to judge, then VR's got the thing for you. And Final Fantasy VII is going under the microscope in a new developer diary. This is pretty cool. All this and the stink bugs that are still constantly bothering my room because for some reason they love my tropical environment, damned if I know why. But all this and more this week on the absolutely, completely random podcast. But before we go any further, we all know the song and dance by now, I'm sure. But for those of us that are new to this, here's what happens at this point. This is the shameless self-promotion. Besides, the usual stuff you can pick up at Walmart or Target, the Dollar Tree or Five Below. Heck, sometimes even just your local bargain bin basement store that sells stuff out of their like thrift boxes or whatever. If you're in the mood for some oddities, collectibles, weird shit, what have you, come check out my eBay page, ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. Got a wide variety of stuff, trading cards, DVDs, some computer parts, a whole mess of stuff. I'm basically a one-stop shop for your smorgasbord of crap. Okay, that didn't come out right, but you get my point. Anyway, if you're in the mood for any of the interesting things, you just need a conversation starter, looking for something you can scrap, or you want to get some pieces to build a Frankenstein something or other, you just want a movie, want some trading cards, just want something cool, feel free to check out my eBay page. It's ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. You can also check me out on Otaku Roads, or Otaku Roads, however it's pronounced. Either way, potato, on Twitter and the official Web Designer 18 Facebook page. Hey, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay updated for latest videos from yours truly, including Andrew Rants, Andrew's Theories, which is still going on, despite the fact I haven't done any in a while, Andrew Discusses, the Anime GBU, and my monthly Q&A videos. There's a lot of fun stuff happening here on the official Web Designer 18 YouTube channel, because I'm not changing my channel name to Fancy Feast. That'll be a cold, cold day in hell. Alright, so let's do the how did my week go, because this week was a weird one. So, and sorry about that, I had to readjust my mic there, in case my audio went a little wonky. Sorry, folks. But how was my week? Good, bad, and a bit exhausting. So I ended up, well, let me phrase that. I was supposed to have a 3-day work week, which got changed to a 2-day work week. This was because I was told not to show up on Wednesday. All right, I scored a day off in the middle of the week. I'm not going to argue with that. So I put up the Andrew Discusses video, which didn't exactly go over too well. Yeah. Here's the thing, because I know a lot of people are going to ask about it in the comment section. Yes, it is age restricted, and yes, there is a reason why. The whole episode or I should say the whole video, well, episode video, whatever, is basically discussing the infamous episode 10 of Sword Art Online Alicization, where the 2 pages of Kirito and Yugo are basically bound and raped. And I was basically reading off of an editorial from Toonami Faithful explaining why Sword Art Online was allowed to return to Toonami, and how Reki Kawahara, the creator of Sword Art Online, has vowed and promised that there will be no more damsels in distress or assault scenes going any further in any of his work. First off, I commend you for finally realizing your mistake. But yeah, so because of the nature of the video, I did age restrict it. Now, I'm not going to age restrict this one because I'm not going to talk about it. It's all the further I'm going to go. But I just wanted to let everybody know that's why it's age restricted. For those of you that are wondering, I apologize for those of you that weren't exactly happy about that couldn't watch it because of that. I did make it up, though, to you individuals personally. I put up 2 extra Discuss This videos this week. So we had 3 total for this run. The age-restricted one and these 2. And by the way, I'm not going to do any more age-restricted ones. This was just one that caught my attention because of the article and the fact that it kind of felt like the article was going a little too light on the subject, and I thought that was a little wrong. But anyway, I did put up 2 other Discuss This videos this week. Actually, I put them up this morning, honestly, so there were 2. The one is discussing why we don't have, like, a Yu-Gi-Oh! Sport. Like an actual, like, how come dueling isn't actual sport where you can get, like, sponsors, have a title, have, you know, like, dueling athletes and all that, which honestly would be very cool and a lot easier to do, especially nowadays, and I go through that as best I can in the video. And the other one was kind of just a quickie. It was just some ideas I have for Kamen Rider series. Basically, just, because I watch a lot of Kamen Rider, so it's some ideas that I have for possible Kamen Rider ideas for the show and things like that. I mean, they're never going to happen. You can't submit anything like that to TV Nihon and all the other people. So, yeah, you can't submit anything like that to them. I think it's TV Nihon. Well, anyway, you can't really submit anything like that. They don't accept unsolicited ideas. Believe me, I tried that with Nintendo. So there was that. Otherwise, week was pretty much uneventful. Took care of an annoying tree that was growing up in front of our house. It was an unwelcomed tree, so I kind of took that down. Which actually was a lot easier said than done. Taking that, it wasn't very big, but it was kind of sturdy, so that was a pain in the neck. Replanted 3 of my plants that I've been taking care of for the last couple of years. The one I found out today started sprouting up a little sprout in the soil far away from the main base of the plant, so that really is giving me some hope for that one, even if the base never grows back again, because a relation of mine decided to cut that off for some unknown reason. But yeah, there was that. See, I did the Puzzles and Dragons Fever mode for both. Well, at least the one. I did the one for Thursday and Friday, and I just started the one for Saturday and Sunday, so I still got like one more day in on that. But that's kind of cool, though it is annoying. That fever mode is a pain in the neck. Other than that, that's pretty much been my week. Worked Monday morning, worked Friday morning, did laundry Tuesday. That's pretty much it. This coming week, I got 2 anime GBU episodes that are coming out, because I did promise that, because I was still under the impression I was doing a 3-day week this week for work, and I wanted to make up for everything. So yes, there are going to be a 2-fer coming up this week for the GBU. I do have those ready to go. I just have to finish producing them, which I can easily do on my laptop and then plop them up. One's going to be up, I'm aiming for Monday, and the other one's going to go up on Tuesday. So, yep, that's what I got planned for this week, or at least for this coming week. And don't forget, I want to take this opportunity quick before I wrap up how my week went. Don't forget to submit your questions for the Q&A video. You have 1 week left. April's Q&A deadline is next Saturday night, midnight your time. So if it hits 12:01 on the 21st, your time's up for April, and any questions past 12:01 has to go to May, which I have yet to figure out a date for. But I have fun doing these Q&As. So that's all the stuff I got to do, all the updates, how my week went, and everything else. So let's dive into the podcast, shall we? Because we got some fun stuff to talk about, and I kind of want to try to get some sleep tonight. I don't know. I haven't been sleeping much lately. I don't know. All right, let's get into the podcast, shall we? All right, so now last week I talked about that live-action Akira movie that's being shot entirely in Hollywood. And first off, I'm still pissed off about this movie even being made. But here's something more that's now annoying. So this live-action Hollywood adaptation of Akira, which I cringe every time I even say that sentence, it was recently revealed it's going to be shot entirely in California because of the tax credits, the fact that they're going to be skimping the laws and stuff like that, and they're going to be trying to make as much money off of this, because I think they realize this is going to be a flop. If they might get people to see the obscurity of it day one, but afterwards it's just going to crash and burn. But we now have, apparently, the plot. Yeah, so basically, for those of you that know what Akira is, I don't think the plot's going to make you too happy, but here is the plot synopsis for this movie so far. So, the plot goes, when a young man's telekinesis is discovered by the military, he is taken in to be turned into a super weapon, and his brother must race to save him before Manhattan is destroyed by his powers. Kaneda is a bar owner in Neo Manhattan who is stunned when his brother Tetsuyo is abducted by government agents led by the Colonel. Desperate to get his brother back, Kaneda agrees to join K.Y. Reed and her underground movement, who are intent on revealing to the world what truly happened to New York City 30 years ago when it was destroyed. See here. Kaneda believes their theories to be ludicrous, but after facing his brother again, is shocked when he displays telekinetic powers. I guess it's supposed to be Kai believes Tetsuyo is headed to release a young boy, Akira, who has taken control of Tetsuyo's mind. It's Kaneda. Okay, my apologies. I am mispronouncing that. Kaneda clashes with the Colonel's troops on his way to stop Tetsuyo from releasing Akira, but arrives too late. Akira soon emerges from his prison courtesy of Tetsuyo and Kaneda races to save his brother before Akira once again destroys Manhattan Island as he did 30 years ago. So, I smell a rant video out of this. You know what? This might actually be a rant video too. Be prepared for that this week. I might be losing my shit on that one. So, that's the plot for this live-action Akira. And I do apologize for mispronouncing Kaneda. It's been a while since I watched Akira, and in all honesty, I have my laptop's right now running on battery because I didn't plug it in yet. So it's a little dull, it's a little dim. So it's a little difficult to see, but that's not much of an excuse, but there it is. So I do apologize for mispronouncing the name. Please don't sue me. Don't sue me, don't shoot me, and don't hang me out to the wind. I do mispronounce stuff. I'm human. I make mistakes. But that's the plot for this live-action Akira movie. So, what do we have wrong here? It's supposed to be Tokyo. Neo Tokyo, for starters. Let's just make this humongous leap here. First off, we're talking the other side of the goddamn planet. That is what you're basically saying this is in. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a rant video. I'm probably going to record that after I'm done with the podcast. This is a piss me off video. The whole plot of this, I'm going to safely say this, though. If you remove the New York City, Manhattan crap and actually make it Japan and Tokyo, or Neo Tokyo and Japan, this actually is a better plot than the original. I'm going to safely say that. Now, that is on paper. It's a better plot on paper. Because that's basically some of the same thing, but it's not the same, but some of it is. I mean, yes, Tetsuya did try to release Akira. He tried going to Akira, which made no sense to me. In all honesty, the final, 45 minutes of that movie, I honestly felt like was a giant middle finger to the people that sat through the start of it. The only thing that was good about that movie was the ending. Because you saw the credits, you knew it was done. It was a good movie, I'm not going to lie, but it is a mindfuck if I've ever seen one. And I have seen plenty of anime that can screw with my mind. So some of the key aspects of the story may be the same, but anyone even passingly familiar with Akira will be able to spot some of the more erogenous changes. So let's just play everyone's favorite game, Spot the Screw-Ups. I should just make that a game show. Chief among them is the location switch from Neo Tokyo to Neo Manhattan, which almost seems like a meme at this point. Then there's the fact that Akira and Kaneda are brothers now, when they weren't. And that Kaneda is a bartender instead of a biker gang leader. So, we basically go from, well, this is a live-action movie being shot in America. So, of course, we can't have Japan in America. So we have to pick an American city. How about Neo Los Angeles? How about, we're just going to go with Neo Manhattan. Really? Neo New York doesn't sound cool enough to you? No, we got to go with Neo Manhattan. Manhattan! I apologize to anyone that lives in Manhattan that's listening to this, but here's my question. What does everything happen to you? Aliens invade, they go over Manhattan. Mole people come out of the ground, they come up in Manhattan. God forbid anything happens anywhere else in a science fiction thing besides Manhattan. Now, granted, yes, there was Battle Los Angeles, and there was a few other movies that had stuff happen outside of it, but still, a good chunk of science fiction narrative revolves somehow around Manhattan. Why? If anybody that lives in Manhattan that's listening to my podcast can answer that, I would be greatly appreciative. Because I'm kind of curious about that. But, Kaneda isn't a biker gang leader. Him and Tetsuya are brothers, which they weren't. They were unofficial brothers, but they weren't actually brothers. They were friends. They were really good friends that were like brothers to each other. Neo Manhattan. So much wrong with this movie, and it hasn't even happened yet. But now, this whole thing could change. Small parts of it, or the whole thing could possibly change. Sure, why not? Let's just waste hundreds upon thousands of millions of dollars, make a plot, shoot the script, and then all of a sudden have a test audience go, we hate this crap, back to formula. So, hopefully this is going to be the final nail in the coffin for these live-action adaptations. More specifically, the live-action Akira movie. Hopefully, but probably won't be. But I don't know. It just seems idiotic to me at this point that this is what they're coming out with. Well, the live-action Akira movie is going to be so cool. It's going to have this and that. Yeah, that's great. What's the plot? Oh, well, insert plot here. That's basically almost cut and paste from the original. With the exception of it being Neo Manhattan instead of Neo Tokyo. Tetsuya and Kaneda are brothers. And Kaneda is a bartender instead of a biker gang leader. So, what the hell is the difference of this movie? It's in live action! Get the hell away from me. I can just see anime fans hating one another after this. And I don't blame them. This is one of those that, you're taking a classic movie here that should have never gotten the live action treatment in the first place, and you're basically telling it to bend over and take it. And that's never, ever, ever a good way to start. But of course, you're just going to have people do it anyway, but still, it's not a good way to go. But that being said, what the hell do I know? I'm crazy, apparently. Nobody ever listens to what I gotta say. At least not in regards to this. I mean, common sense, Q&A, freaking... what's the word I'm looking for here? Quality testing, product testing, market testing, anything involving the words testing should have been done prior to anything being approved, denied, or started with this movie. Yeah, this is definitely a rant video in the works. I'm definitely feeling the anger flowing. I'll have to record that then. But oh my god, that's just horrible. So, yep. Hopefully when this comes out, this might spark and start the end of the end. Yeah. The finale, the finito of the live-action anime adaptations, and God, I hope so, because I can't take any more of this. This is driving me nuts. Alright, so anybody that's been familiar with speedrunning, you know what the concept is. You go from point A to point B in a game, and you do it as quickly as you can. You don't screw around, you don't mess with stuff, you just go from point A to point B as fast as you can. Players have been doing this for a long time. You have the Mario speedrun, there's a Chex Quest speedrun, a Wolfenstein speedrun. Speedrunning is apparent throughout a majority of video games, even the older ones for computers. Well, for that old game Doom, this is definitely one of those moments. So, Doom had a speedrunning record that was not broken for a whopping 20 years. Well, it's no longer there anymore. So, what's the big deal here? Well, it's huge, but it's not getting much attention, apparently. In fact, I just finally found the article now as it came up this week, and apparently it was done back in February. The attempt, not the article. So speedrunners are always finding new angles and breaking records all the time. It's the nature of some games. Basically, you know, who's better than this? I'm better than you. Hey, look, I found a way you can shave 5 seconds off this thing if, you know, it's one giant community. And truthfully, I watched the video that was included with this article, and it was a bit confusing, I'm not going to lie. Probably because I'm not a huge fan of speedrunning. 8 seconds. This thing was done in 8 seconds. That's the new record now. So, the level is called Hangar. Basically, it's the opening level, I think, of Doom. The run is done on ultra-violence speed, which basically means you have enemies all over the place. You have to get past them to get to the end of the level. You have to figure out a way to shave a full second off of your time to get to the 8 seconds from the original 9-second speed run. And Doom has its piss poor thing of rounding the numbers down instead of rounding them up for the time. Of course it does. So, first off, how much fun can a 9-second level be? Not very. And now you've just taken it down to 8 seconds, which proves that, okay, speedrunners, are you ready? Get set, go! First level sucks. Got it. It's supposed to be like an understanding of this is how the game works and everything else, but for speedrunners, I understand why they want to do that. They're looking for new challenges, and I'm cool. I understand that. I don't do it myself, but I understand it. So, with this whole thing, though, that came out, they shaved an entire second off of the time. I believe the person that did that was called 4 Shock Blast. Basically shaved an entire second off. It was like 8.97, I think. So it was literally 1 frame below 9. And since the system rounds down, it became 8 seconds flat, which is quite impressive. But then it's still a bit, yeah. So it's, yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. I really don't. Honestly, it's an interesting thing. So yeah. The entire thing, though, was outlined by YouTuber, hold on, it's on here, Carl Jobst, Jobst, outlined this entire thing. And honestly, the video was entertaining, I'm not going to lie, but I'm not a huge fan of Doom. I never actually played Doom. I've played Chex Quest, and I played Wolfenstein both of them on the computer, the old school versions. So basically, yeah, that's about what I've played. That's the closest I've come to Doom. But still, it's not bad, but it's not good per se. But I've never really played it. Now, if you're dealing with the larger level, full-scale game, it's going to be a little more difficult to do a speedrun like this, but apparently this level is so easy that you can literally make a beeline there if you know how to do everything. According to the video, you have to do like strafing, get a damage boost for speed, hit the doorways at the exact right frame rate. Everything's got to be picture perfect. So basically, in order to get a speed run of about 8 seconds, the planets must be in the right alignment. Uranus has to be in Neptune's Pluto. The gates of hell must be opened at the same time that the volcanoes are erupting and Godzilla's taking a bubble bath. And then while we're at it, just, for shits and giggles, while that's all happening, gnomes have to be knitting you socks while a dog is dancing the rumba with a Roomba. And if any of that made any sense to anybody, please let me know, because I don't think it made any sense to me, and I said it. Basically, it's a rarity that everything has to be in perfect alignment. I mean, you got to get this down packed. And a lot of speedrunners do this. They do a lot of practicing. They get the frame rates figured out just to the very millisecond. They figure out, okay, so this is the frame rate I need for this, door and stuff like that. I've seen it on, like, speedruns of Super Mario World or Super Mario Brothers, whatever the NES game was. There's so many of those things. I can't even keep them all straight anymore. But I've seen gameplay for that where they're speed running and they have it down to like milliseconds. It's like, okay, I have to hit this pipe at exactly this, moment. If I hit it at that moment, then I can quickly come out at this point. I can jump here right away, not lose a frame at all, and I'm right there at the end, and boom, baby, we're done. Yeah, that's honestly what it is. At least that's how I always felt it. But 8 seconds? I mean, no disrespect. And I'm sorry about that. I mean, no disrespect to the people that did this game, but 8 seconds is not a game. 8 seconds is not a level. That is a loading screen. 8 seconds does not equivalent a game level to me. Speedrunning through that is basically, oh look, the game finally loaded. Now let's get started on the actual game. What was that you were just doing? That was a loading screen that was only 8 seconds long. So I guess now somebody's got to figure out a way to do 7 seconds. Let's see if we can, beat this record. Is it possible to get 7 seconds? I mean, this isn't like that, what was it? It was Dragster, I think, for the Atari, where the person apparently cheated on it, claiming that he had a time that was way under what was physically possible, and they proved it with a computer that, look, it is not possible to get that time regardless. It's impossible. Last I heard, I think that person, he had to admit, he admitted he cheated or admitted something or denied it yet. I don't remember. I heard it on the CU podcast, and that was the last I had heard of it. But still, 8-second difficulty on insane mode in Doom, that's kind of impressive. I mean, you're talking Master Evil difficulty here. So, yeah, that's kind of cool. I mean, it's almost like me taking on the final level of Chex Quest where I'm in the caverns of Bazoink and I am surrounded by armored Flemoids and bipedal Flemoids and the Flem Wall. And all I got is my little Zorch pad from level 1 because I used up all my ammo to try to get to this point. It's like, yep, this ain't gonna end well for me. And that'd be the point where I would go, yep, I'm done. I'm screwed. But honestly, I mean, that was pretty impressive, the video that I saw of it. First off, I kind of will admit this, I kind of like the Doom soundtrack. I think a lot of people do. Because you hear that a lot in this video, that, sound that I cannot play here because I do not want to get sued. Yes, I know, I don't want to get sued. But basically, I'm impressed. I mean, an 8-second speedrun in anything is cool. I mean, it's mind-boggling. First off, and I mean, I really do mean no disrespect here, but you spent all of this time perfecting your skill to get an 8-second speed run on a game that nobody's going to give two craps about. I like I said, I mean no disrespect, but that seems kind of idiotic to me. I mean, that was like months/years of time and effort learning the frame rates, getting it down to the exact millisecond, down to the frame rate itself, getting it perfect just to basically get 1 second off of a record that was set 20 years ago and then call it a day. Yeah. I mean, no disrespect, but that seems like a waste of my time. But honestly, more power to you. I know that there's a speedrunning community. They're probably all geeking out about it. You're a god to them now, along with all the other people. They're like, okay, look, we can see what this person did. Because according to the video, they're like, it's like a massive community, the Doom Speedrunners. And that's actually pretty cool. I mean, I do commend that. That's really cool. But I just don't see what's the point? I mean, if you tell me, hey, I beat this game in, 30 seconds, and it's like a 6-level game, I look at you and go, all right, that's impressive. You got my attention. You go, oh, I beat Doom's first level in 8 seconds. Okay? And nothing. That's it. Okay. That's, okay. But yeah, so congratulations to 4 Shock Blast. Wasn't that what his name was? Oh yeah, 4 Shock Blast. Congratulations on your record-breaking speed run, and hopefully somebody doesn't beat you, and maybe it'll take 40 years for them to defeat your speed run of 8 seconds. When they take it down to 7 seconds, which would be scary. Okay, so who doesn't love karaoke? Get to go sing a song, make an ass out of yourself, and you get to have fun. Everybody gets to sing that one song that they would never sing in public, and they can sing it in karaoke because they can just claim that, well, that's the only song that was available, and that's the song I'm going to play. Well, if you're a fan of Twitch, guess what? If you have Twitch or you like Twitch, they just released a new free-to-play karaoke game called Twitch Sings. Hey, wait a minute. Why does it seem like they're ripping me off here? I got Andrew rants, I have Andrew's theories, Andrew discusses. The only two things that don't have my name on them as an opening title are the podcast and my anime review series. Huh. That's, interesting choice of things. So I can't call something Andrew Sings now, I guess. I wouldn't want to anyway. Harmonix and Twitch partnered together to develop this game. It was first revealed last year. It's launching with close to 2,000 songs. It's going to get new songs over time. My guess is probably going to be via updates, downloads, shit like that. It's launching... Oh, sorry, I did that. The game will tie in directly with players. With players' Twitch accounts, letting them stream the game without needing third-party software or extra equipment. Of course, because it's no fun playing by yourselves. Yeah, I'm not going to join Twitch just to start singing. I'm liable to put an end to this in like 30 seconds because my voice is horrible when I sing. I'm not that good of a singer. So the new game is inspired by the many in real life streams that are popular on the site, showing people painting, crafting, singing, and more. Yes, it's Twitch. That's their whole deal. You go to Twitch to watch people play games. You go to Twitch to watch people paint. There's eating Twitch. There's crafting Twitch. I guarantee you that if they had the forefront and they wouldn't have to worry about possible legal ramifications, there would be teaching you how to have sex on Twitch. There would be how to repair a car on Twitch. Hold on, how to take over the world on Twitch. We'll also give you, for a mere however much it costs a month to join Twitch. I don't know if it costs anything at all, but basically if you want to join Twitch, and it doesn't cost you anything, for the low price of nothing, we'll even throw in a wonderful whopping how to do YouTube on Twitch, how to basically do Twitter on Twitch, how to become a better social media master on Twitch, how to do everything on Twitch, all yours if you join Twitch today, I guess. That's how their thing should go. Twitch is a weird thing, I'm sorry. Honestly, it's strange. Anyway, as players sing more songs, they'll earn experience and coins, which can be used to level up their profile and to buy new in-game items. Yeah, the game is currently free, but Twitch might add premium items later on or other microtransactions into the game. Of course, because free does not make money. That's why freemium games usually have microtransactions. They're free to download, but you are still going to have to pay somewhere down the road. Oh, you just downloaded that sweet new robot fighter game for your tablet or your iPhone or your smartphone. Hey, that's cool. It's really neat. You know, you get to battle with this character and this character and this character. Oh, you want to battle as the one that's on the loading screen when you tap to start it? Oh yeah, you can do that, but it's gonna cost you an extra $6.95. Wait, where are you going? I didn't tell you about the sweet microtransactions for the rocket launchers. Yeah, that's what happens with this stuff. Harmonix, who helped develop this thing, has a long history in developing music and rhythm games, including the popular Rock Band and Dance Central games. Of course, that it makes perfect sense, because you just want to do Rock Band on Twitch, like so many people don't. I guarantee you there's probably people that already do Rock Band on Twitch. Honestly, you want my opinion? You want karaoke? Get yourself a karaoke app. There's got to be a couple of them out there. I almost guarantee. You know, hold on, I can pull that up. Let me check. I guarantee you there's got to be like a karaoke app where you can do karaoke on your phone or on your tablet and have some fun with your friends in the privacy of your own home. R-O-K-E-A. Okay, karaoke app. And let's see what comes up. A thing called Smule. S-M-U-L-E. Okay. Look, there's some apps on the Google Play Store. Well, okay, if there's apps on the Google Play Store that involve the words karaoke, then we have a winner. You got Yoki, there's Smule. No, seriously, we have Yoki. Let's see, it contains ads. There's Smule. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, we got Yoki. What are the other ones here? We got Yoki. Is this the only one that's coming up? Is Yoki? Seriously? I can't pull up any other ones in Yoki. Oh, no, okay, similar. We have Karaoke Sing, Smule, Sing Karaoke, Karaoke Online, and another Sing Karaoke. So, yeah, there are karaoke apps. You want a karaoke app, you want to sing karaoke, you don't want to go onto Twitch, go into one of their things. It contains ads, it's probably not going to be as much fun, and you can't record yourself doing it unless you probably could for some of them, I don't know. But still, just do that. You don't have to probably worry about microtransactions. You could probably do your own songs, bring your own songs with you. Hey, that'd be pretty cool. You could rock out to your favorite song, like Pop Team Epic's Let's Pop Together, which I would never do, because I hate that song with a passion, like I hate the frickin' series. But still, it's not a bad thing that Twitch is branching out for once, but still, yeah. I don't know what to say about this. I mean, honestly, you want karaoke, get yourself Rock Band or Guitar Hero, invite your friends over, shoot the shit for a few hours, and, you know, make it a little party. Make it a little get-together. Kill a Saturday night doing that. You know, bust out a karaoke machine. You can probably even find those things. Yeah, I'll check that out too here quick. You can probably find a karaoke machine cheap online. Hold on. Let's look that up right now quick. Karaoke machine. I guarantee you could probably find one cheap online. Yeah, Okay, you got the singing machine. Walmart's got one for like $50. So, yeah. You can easily get yourself some... Target's got one that has Bluetooth, CD, and other stuff. Yeah. Get yourself a karaoke machine. Go to town. Invite your friends over. Okay, it's karaoke... Okay, so... this Target one. It's iKaraoke, Bluetooth, CD, and G karaoke machine with built-in speakers for $51 at Target. Walmart's got a $50 Bluetooth one, practically the same thing, except it's a different model. But yeah, get yourself, basically, honestly, just get yourself a karaoke machine. Kill a Saturday night or two with your friends. Hell, kill a weekend. Get together over the weekend. Let's, have a karaoke party or something. That doesn't involve you having to make an ass out of yourself online to a bunch of people. Unless, of course, you like entertaining people by singing, but let's face it this way. We all know how American Idol goes. I know a lot of people want to be the next American Idol, but this is not the way to do it. Karaoke with your friends is fine. Karaoke to complete strangers over the internet is not fine. I see some major issues with this down the road, more so than I care to admit. But still, it's an interesting concept, but also quite the strange one. But, yeah, whatever. So, yeah, just take my advice. Just go find yourself a karaoke machine and call it a day. Alright, so Dragon Ball Z fans are pissed. And, alright, let me phrase that. Not all fans are pissed, but even some of the hardcore fans are pissed. So, the 30th anniversary set for Dragon Ball was coming out. Now, this thing has already gotten some massive screw you, middle finger bullshit as it is from Funimation. For starters, this is the one that they wanted to make sure that there was going to be some hype for it, so they weren't going to do it unless X amount of people admitted that they wanted it, X amount of pre-orders, and then they would do it. This thing is massively... Alright, I saw the video for this earlier today. Somebody put this thing up, and it is a horrible mess. They're not happy with it. Some of the stuff on this, they're pissed. So, Funimation said they needed 2,500 confirmations for pre-orders. 2,500 confirmed pre-orders, basically, to make the set possible. The number eventually got bumped up to 3,000, followed by a recent teaser that has fans questioning the quality of this. This is the 30th anniversary of Dragon Ball, a series that has recently only been dug through the mud thanks to Akira Toriyama's retconning of the whole goddamn lore. But now you basically have Funimation wanting to dig their heels in a little deeper. And I like how the one person, at Keyword Enigma on Twitter, puts down, "It's with great disappointment that I cannot support or condone the release of this box set for Dragon Ball Z's 30th anniversary. Dragon Ball Z deserves better. Dragon Ball Z fans deserve better. Toriyama's legacy deserves better. I agree with 2 of those 3 statements. Dragon Ball Z deserves better. The fans deserve better. Toriyama retconned the legacy. So, no, there's nothing you can do with that. So, fans are pissed. Apparently, we have this there's cropping of the characters, off coloration, over brightening, removing like some detailed lines on floor tiles, removing some details in general. The battle damage looks way too simplistic. The clouds apparently are getting really sharp pointed ends instead of round fluffy ends. Bob Ross himself would be pissed. The packaging looks great, but as Detective Richard Moore once said, a 10-cent shine on some 2-cent shoes is still going to leave you with some cruddy footwear. Another person put down that looks like they're just using the recent Smeary season set masters, just not cropping them to the 16:9 ratio. The sad thing is they showed us they can do a great release with the level sets, so this is super disappointing. Now, for those of you that aren't aware, the level sets apparently are this thing that came out that I guess fans just sucked it up and bought. I had like one season of this in the what's been dubbed the orange box. Honestly, I had no issue with that, but I sold it because I didn't need it anymore. And honestly, I mean, I'm a fan of Dragon Ball Z. I'm not. Apparently, I can't call myself a hardcore fan because I'm ignorant towards Dragon Ball Z. I'm ignorant towards Dragon Ball in general, apparently. But I have select episodes that I like. I have select, okay, I like this. I'm a fan of this. I can't stand that. I know the lore up into the retconning. I enjoyed the lore up into the retconning. I didn't mind how the thing was played out. I thought it was nice. I could have given two craps if it was based off of other stuff. What bothered me was mostly just the whole retconning. I'm sorry. Basing your hero off of another character is fine. Flat out, like saying that this was inspired by. Flat out carbon copying that character's backstory is a screw you to the fans. I don't care if it's the hardcore or the normal fans, it's a screw you nonetheless. Fans are not happy with this. Apparently there's, like I said, there's like framing issues where they're cropping out a majority of stuff. There's battle damage that's blending in way too well. It's not mixing well. You have clouds. There's tiles. Fans are just not happy. There are people that are going, this is not worth it. And this is going to be something that's probably only going to be available online. The fans aren't exactly happy about this. Nobody's pleased with this at all. And again, what a surprise from Funimation. This is a company that kills off an anime series not even 5 seasons in and replaces it with nothing. Yet it continues over in the native country. But yet the English dub stops. This is Funimation, the same company that will give you half a good decent movies, then all of a sudden the next one comes out and it's just strange. This is Funimation, the company that is known for taking your money and running to the hillside. This is Funimation. Have I made my point clear yet? So Funimation did this, and I guess they figured, well, this will be fine. Nobody's going to complain about it. And here's the thing. Fans are pissed. And if the fans are pissed, you ain't getting any money. The fact that they want, that's the part that boggles my mind. They want 3,000 people to say, yeah, we want this. 3,000. If it's Dragon Ball related, it's going to sell. That's a no-brainer. It's one of your biggest anime series that you have under your belt. It is literally your grandpa at this point. It's not out of date. It's still retro and hip. And I mean, we're talking grandpa with ghetto chain, and he's wearing like whatever the fashion is for sandals and pants. He's got himself a digital smartwatch. He's got himself some smart shade glasses, a smartphone. And when it rings, you hear Booty Grandma playing. That's, well, I'm talking hip grandpa here, okay? And I probably just gave people nightmares from my description, but okay. I mean, we're not talking old pants up to your neck grandpa. We're talking hip grandpa. Like I said, the ghetto chain, we got boots, wallets, really cool, just a credit card or just a data card or something. You got, like shades, a gangster hat or something on. Whatever the fashion is, basically. Whatever is cool with the kids, that's what grandpa's got on, and grandpa's working it. And like I said, all of a sudden you hear grandpa's smartphone going off, and it's playing Bootylicious Grandma. That's what it's playing, because hip grandpa's got his smartphone synced to his smartwatch and his smart shades, and he is just pimp walking down with his 89-year-old cane. His 89-year-old self with his cane is just pimp walking down the side. That's how hip it is. That's what Dragon Ball is for Funimation, but they just don't understand this. Because to them, it's like, well, we need to make it better. This isn't making it better. This is pissing off your fans. And for the 30th anniversary, no less. So I guess 30 years of grinding your teeth into the ground isn't enough for you anymore. That now you've decided, I think we're gonna screw with the pooch a little bit here. Think Toriyama will mind? Nah, people aren't gonna want his head on a platter. They're already up. They're happy that Broly movie came out. That's got them excited for months to come. Years even. But what about the fans that are pissed about the retconning? Screw them. That's basically what it feels like. But the fact that they wanted, at first it was 2,500 pre-orders, confirmed pre-orders, and then they bumped it up an extra 500, it's like, guys, I know you don't want to be stuck with a whole shit ton of these things, but for God's sake, 3,000 of these things? You trying to make it a collector's item so that people want to bang their heads to try to get one of these things? Is that how you roll, Funimation? I don't know. But anyway, fans are unhappy about it. There are videos all over the internet about it. I mean, seriously, how could Funimation screw this up? You wonder that, and then you quickly remember, oh, wait, never mind. It's Funimation. They could screw up a wet dream in the middle of a desert. They could take your favorite anime and they could basically screw it up. Because they're Funimation. That's how they roll. Bastards. Okay, so come and sit with me, metaphorically speaking, of course, and let's talk about anime girls. Yes, I know somebody out there is going to go, this is a horrible thing to talk about. Well, not for lonely people. And with virtual reality becoming more and more prevalent, you have, what is it now? Oculus, the Occult Rift thing, Labo for Switch is out now. There's so many things that can turn your smartphone into a VR system. I'm waiting for them to make a big ass one for tablets and make it so that I can put it over my glasses and then maybe I'll care. But anyway, for anyone that's ever wanted to visit a Hostess bar, you know, without all the hassle of getting up, going outside, traveling to an establishment, getting in trouble with the law, having your coworkers find out about your little secret, being freaked out, stuff like that. Japan has a solution. Well, not for the freaking out part, but they got a solution for the rest of the stuff. Tokyo media company Ichikara is taking this concept to the digital realm with a new Hostess Club that exists entirely in virtual reality. So I'm guessing that means that they're using virtual money, which equates to $1 virtual dollar. I'm going to mispronounce this part, but dubbed the Yumi no Graphai Calf, Ichikara's project will let patrons enter simply by popping on their VR headset, and once inside the space, they will be able to interact with anime-style hostesses that are more than your average artificial intelligence. Oh, God, if we're going to have AI like that, and like the movie Her, then we're all screwed. That brings us to the main hook of the service, which has real employees. I'm not ever going to say the name again. Was it Yami no Graphia? Employees interacting with customers through their own VR avatars. Okay, this is the part where we're getting a little creepy here, folks. And virtual technology is now going one step too far, I think. The employees will be at remote locations, or at a remote location, giving them the opportunity to hang with customers in the virtual world in real time. Oh boy. It all kicks off with preview events in Tokyo's Kanata neighborhood on April 19th, 20th, 29th, and 30th. Folks in the area can apply online, and they'll have to stay tuned. You'll have to stay tuned for an update for when the cafe itself will officially open. So, virtual reality has now gotten to the part where we can have a virtual cafe and we don't have to worry about problems. For the shy person that doesn't want to leave their home, we are now basically doing that Bruce Willis movie where he was with, what was it, like a Reploid or something that he was piloting until he got out of his thing when it got killed, that robot he was remote controlling from his home bed. The hell was the name of that movie? I don't know. I'll think of it, or somebody will tell me. So we're basically up to that point now. So with VR technology increasing and now becoming more prevalent than ever, I'm assuming we're one step away, or at least a few steps away from Ready Player One. Are we a few steps away from basically never having to leave our houses again? That'll be quite interesting to see how the world outside turns. Well, don't you want to go outside and play, Johnny? I am outside, Mom. I'm playing with my friends in a VR world. We're basically doing a VR MMORPG, and we're about to AFK our BFF Bill. Huh? Don't worry, Mom. Bill's away from his keyboard. We're about to take his character out for revenge for him screwing us over last night in that mission. He took all the gold and ran. Okay, honey, so long as you're having fun. Yep. What's next? I mean, we have a virtual reality Hostess Club now coming out. What's next? Virtual reality strip club? They don't have to do anything. They can just sit on a chair. Which begs a good question here. So now, and I'm going to ask this because I know somebody else is liable to down the road, but let me just ask the question now and talk about the elephant in the room. How do we know that these employees are female? Most hostess clubs, and I do apologize if I'm incorrect in this, but to the best of my knowledge, most hostess clubs employ females. How do we know that the people on the other end of this spectrum are who they're pretending to be? Because there are online games where you have people pretending to be the opposite sex. I mean no disrespect at all, but you figure for a virtual reality hostess club and a hostess caf, that's kind of a main issue there that I think somebody's eventually going to ask. Again, I mean no disrespect or anything, I honestly don't, but that's like a major question that I have with a lot of virtual reality systems. If you're interacting with other people, it's basically like a game. How do you know that they're actually that same person? How do you know that that's the persona that they're giving off? That's the $150,000 question here. In this case, you don't. It's strangely more creepy wondering that. But the fact that we're getting a hostess cafe worries me that we're literally getting closer and closer to a virtual strip club. In which case, you won't have to worry about going out of, your home and worrying about a bouncer. No! All you have to do is plug your phone in, go to town, log into the app, and you're there at your favorite watering hole watching everything happen. If you want to create like a virtual reality, I really don't even want to say this, but if you want to create like a virtual reality thing where people have something to interact with, how about a virtual reality girlfriend program or a virtual reality friend program? Where you have an AI that's created that literally can learn from you, or better yet, set up a service, and pay some employees to basically log in and join the fun from time to time. Sure, eventually it's going to get a little strange if you want to, hang out inside the virtual world, but hey, here's the thing, you're basically paying for a friend, or at least a companion for a few hours, and there's nothing wrong with that. At least in that spectrum of it anyway. This, I just have so many questions that I don't feel they're going to be able to answer truthfully, nor are they probably going to answer, period. And there are a lot of questions that I really want answered out of this. 20 of them coming to the top of my mind rather quickly. A virtual reality hostess cafe. I can't wait to hear how this pans out. I don't see this ending well, but I just can't wait. I really, really can't. Alright, so Final Fantasy VII. This was the game of games back in the PlayStation 1 era. And this thing has gotten so much love and attention over the last 20 years that it's been. 20 plus years. This game was a massive, massive improvement for video games at the time, at least for us that got it over here in the US. I never played it personally. In fact, I've never actually played any Final Fantasy game, period, to the best of my knowledge. I have played some games that are based on the same engine, same principle, and same concept, but I've never actually played Final Fantasy, again, to the best of my knowledge. But Final Fantasy VII is going under the microscope for a new inside the documentary type thing. And honestly, it seems kind of cool. So it's maybe over 20 years old at this point, but it's still talked about for a reason. Not only is the remake currently in the works and probably in development hell for the next 50-some years, but the original marks a major milestone for JRPGs as a whole. So that's why it's the subject of the latest entry in Square Enix's Inside Final Fantasy series, which previously explored the development of Final Fantasy IX. This time around, the series is all about Final Fantasy VII, and the subsequent deep dive features some fascinating insight from the folks who made it possible. You get to watch as art director Yusuke Naora, writer and director Yoshinori Kitase, and publicity producer Shinji Hashimoto discuss the classic entry. Honestly, Final Fantasy VII was pretty cool. I remember watching Advent Children. It kicked ass, and that was based upon after the game was originally done. I remember watching a gameplay video, the clips, because I had the one director's... I think I had like the one special edition of Advent Children. It literally had the whole movie was on one disc, and then the second disc was like, here's the rest of it. Like, here's this portion, here's this, and here's this. And it's basically, this is the entire... game in movie form. So all the cutscenes all rolled on to here. And you can watch this, you can enjoy it, and have some fun. I thought it was pretty cool. Now, is it a game that I would have spent hours playing? Yeah, probably. I've played games that are similar to this, like I said. I've played MS Dawn's A New Saga, which is similar to this because it's a turn-based system. I have played Golden Sun. I have played Golden Sun, The Lost Age, Dark Dawn. So many other ones. There's one that I can't think of the name of it right now, but it was real. I played it for the DS. It was kind of fun. I cannot think of its name right now at the top of my head, and it pisses me off that I can't think of it. But yeah, I have played some games that are similar to the Final Fantasy one. So this is truly a wonderful thing. And JRPGs really did improve. I think after Final Fantasy VI, when 7 came out, they really did make a massive jump. Now, yes, there is a massive legend and lore with this that the game wasn't released in sequential order here in the US, that there are some titles that we never got. Honestly, I don't care about it. The game looked fun. I never got to play it, but it looked like it was a blast. This is the game that started the whole Cloud Strife thing. It had Sephiroth in it. Two characters that appeared in multiple Square Enix properties, at least at the time. They were in the first and second Kingdom Hearts game. They were in Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. So they have their place in the sun. And honestly, it's a place that they deserve to have. No one's going to take that away from them. No one's ever going to say, oh no, you can't stay here anymore. This is not your home. No, it does have its place in the sun. most of like the making of those video games is a lot of fun. So I recommend checking out the documentary. You can actually view it in the article. As always, with every single link in the podcast, it's at least nowadays it's down below. You can check it out. But yeah, honestly, I couldn't think of any better thing. Give it a documentary for its 20 plus years. I think that's great. Honestly, could not get any better than that. That's treating it with the respect it deserves. Alrighty, everybody, that's going to do it this week for the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. It's been a blast hanging out with all of you for this entire episode. Hope you had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. And don't forget, the Q&A video, the deadline is next Saturday, so make sure you got those questions all set and ready to go. And don't forget, if you ever come across a topic that you'd like me to talk about here on the podcast, feel free to send it to me. I often try to check them if I can. Send them one of three ways. Either here on the discussion section on my YouTube channel, send them to my Twitter page, which is at Otaku Roads or Otaku Roads, whichever you prefer to pronounce it as. You can drop them off there or on the official Web Designer 18 Facebook page. And before I go, I would just like to say this too, because I know this is something that bothers the crap out of me. So, I get a lot of comments, and I love comments, by the way. I love reading the comments. I love seeing my notification bell on YouTube going, lighting up like a Christmas tree. I love that. I recently found out, though, on Thursday that some of my comments aren't exactly coming up right away, and I found a whole bunch of them that I never actually responded to. I quickly rectified that. Thursday. I quickly rectified that as quickly as I could. I got a majority of them I replied to. I checked the majority of them that weren't spam, that were getting labeled as spam. So I do apologize if your comments aren't coming up right away, or if I'm not replying to them right away. That's why. I only just recently found this out that this is happening. I don't know why it's happening, but I'm looking into it. So don't stop sending comments just because of that. I'm taking a good look and making sure I can catch them all before something like that happens again. But yeah, just to give you a heads up, some of the comments aren't showing up. I have noticed that myself. I'm in the process of fixing that to the best of my ability. I do apologize. Anyway, that's it for the podcast this week, everybody. Hope you all had fun. I had a blast, and I will catch you all next time here on the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. Bye, everybody, and have a wonderful week. Don't forget to click below and subscribe to the official Web Designer 18 YouTube channel, because I'm Andrew, and I'm the one that made the video you just watched. Come on, hit the subscribe button. See more fun stuff from me. I'm cool. I'm hip. I think.